We shared last season's hunt and Cam's success on the curved brow 10. But we held something back. During that hunt, Cam had came across another buck. We even filmed him one night just at dark. Plans were already being made, and now this year, he was back. Big, long, heavy beams.
Gnarly old buck.
We all search for it. Some of us work our entire lives to get there, hoping to get that one chance at the deer of a lifetime. And no matter how hard we work, many never will. But we learn along the way that all that work is what we love, what drives the pursuit. We pass on what we know to our children, give birth to their own search, and hope with all that preparation and dedication. And sometimes some luck that someday we'll be handed the keys that open a door to a land where legends live.
Right when I saw him, I'm like, oh my God, I want him.
It's a heavy, crazy cold deer.
Extra stickers.
Probably the biggest deer I've ever killed.
That's pretty neat with those flyers on the front. Just an absolute fantastic deer. He's a gorgeous deer. There's no way a guy could ask for any more.
Stealth Cam presents Dean Partridge's Canadian Whitetail. Brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Monster Meal, attract, nourish, retain. Excalibur crossbow, different for a reason. Heater bodysuit, #1 in cold weather hunting gear. New archery products, hunt with confidence. Bog, engineered for the unknown. Hoyman, your land, your legacy. Muddy, serious gear for serious hunters. Glendale 3D Targets, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the world. Nocturnal lighted nocks, switch on accuracy and let it glow. Boyd's hardwood gun stocks, better with Boyd's. Raculator, score your trophy fast, easy, and accurate. Old timer knives, built for generations. And by Stealth Cam, proven reliability, proven quality, proven performance.
We've been hunting together with Cam for years now, starting nearly a decade ago. We filmed our first hunt with him. Over the years, we'd watched Cam experience many successes, from the first year as strangers to the giant white 5, and several other bucks along the way. Including last season in 2018, when I went to film his hunt for the curved brow 10. An incredibly gorgeous deer on the most beautiful day of the year.
It's the first year we've hunted here. We got permission this summer. Put cameras out and the bucks were on it right away.
With the buck down, we shared the episode, but what we didn't share was one other buck that Cam had filmed late one evening. A huge, heavy 6x6 that had it all. He'd been on the Stealth Cam though tough to pattern, and at the end of his 2018 season, Cam already had his 2019 target. In the summer, the big buck was right there, more non-typical now with shorter tines but heaps of mass, and Cam was ready to get set up.
This is the spot where I killed my buck last year. There's a couple other nice bucks that were with them, so we're hoping to get a look at them. They bed down along the river and then work their way up to the farmland. And we're kind of in the middle of all that. It seemed to work last year, so fingers crossed it works this year.
With the season underway, Cam heads back in to put out some more monster meal and put the finishing trimmings on his blind to make sure that everything is just right for the next time he's back from work and able to hunt. Pulling the card while leaving shows the old buck still on the stealth cam, and the only preparation left was for Cam to shoot some more black eagles to make sure that he was ready.
I think the deer are in trouble.
This segment is brought to you by Heumann and the new no-slip H-grip on their full line of tools. Best-in-class tools for every application. Heumann, your land, your legacy. This segment of Canadian Whitetail is brought to you by Nocturnal Lighted Nocks. Nocturnal Lighted Nocks, string activated, simple, switch on accuracy, and let it glow.
Now back from work, Cam was ready and headed in for his day one.
First sit of 2019 for me. I couldn't sit opening day, I guess, so I went out for stinky old mule deer. Went to work for the week, came home yesterday, got all hunkered in, bow's all set up, Ozonics is pumping. I'm in the same spot as last year. Now we just wait.
With deer moving early, this was the best buck that Cam had seen, until right at last light while packing up. Just like a flashback from 2018, it was the old buck, the target buck, but just too low light to shoot, or even properly judge the deer.
Day 2. We're all set up, same spot as last night. We had quite a bit of action right at dark. Saw one of the bucks. It'd be better to see him in better daylight.
Again, the next day, Cam had several deer moving early and visiting the monster meal. Today would close with no sightings of the target deer, but with any day in the deer stand being a good day, Cam enjoys watching all of the up-and-comer bucks until it's time to head out.
This segment of Canadian Whitetail has been brought to you by Bog. More than just a shooting rest. Bog, engineered for the unknown. Canadian Whitetail is also brought to you by Central Boiler Outdoor Furnaces, the ultimate wood heat. Black Eagle Arrows, advanced carbon technology. Tinks, makers of the finest deer lures and scents. Tacticam, share your hunt. Wild Edge, makers of the stepladder. Cyclops, get out of the dark. Styrka Optics, we see things differently. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. And by Scott Archery. This segment has been brought to you by the Heater Bodysuit. The Heater Bodysuit is the ultimate cold weather hunting garment that allows you to stay on stand longer and sit comfortably. The Heater Bodysuit. You stay warm or your money back.
Cam just got himself settled in. And we're in his super secret lucky spot where he actually shot your deer last year. And there's a couple other bucks here that Cam knew about, and one of them that you've never seen in the real good daylight. And they're back, so Cam wants to take a look. And I can't remember. I was going to say that Cam brought his lucky cameraman, but I don't know if I've been lucky with Cam or not.
Yeah, we shot the wide five.
The wide five, yeah. That's about as big as they come, so yeah, we could say it's lucky. But it's a nice night. It was like 29 degrees at the start of the week, like hot Celsius for our American buddies. And now they're talking about snow, so you'd think they'd be moving around. Unfortunately, our prediction for good deer movement was not correct and turned up very few deer. But there's always tomorrow, and tomorrow would be a better day. Day 4?
I think so, yeah.
3, 1. It's the next day. It's cold. There's like 7 snowflakes today. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. Hopefully. It was quickly apparent that with the cold front finally arriving, the deer were on their feet, and early, when we glanced up to the far bush edge to see a buck appear, and not just any buck. I zoomed in, quickly realizing that it was Cam's buck. Wide, heavy, and gnarly, he was everything that we expected, and as he closed the distance, I grew more confident that Cam would agree that this was certainly a shooter deer. Facing us and offering no shot, Cam remains ready for his first chance. Moments later, the buck begins to turn broadside, hinting that Cam's chance was coming.
Welcome to this week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment. Locate, learn, set up, hunt. Brought to you by Muddy Outdoors.
We've talked about it before, about how there's strategic ways to use an attractant for your benefit, and that it's not always as easy as throwing a bag of whatever you want, wherever you want, and expecting big results. And the number one piece of advice that we can give is to use an attractant that's better, that's more palatable than the feed that the deer has naturally available in the area. If I'm bow hunting on the edge of an 80-acre alfalfa field, it's hard to compete with that. It's hard to compete with that lush green field. And obviously if I'm bow hunting, I can't shoot across that span. So if I want to get that deer within range and make sure that he's there, I need to use an attractant that's more powerful and desirable than what he has available. An attractant like Monster Meal is extremely high in protein, extremely high in nutrients for those deer, and it's going to be much more desirable, much more palatable for the deer in that area. And I want to use it in a way that's strategic. So I want to look at that area. I want to look at where I'd like to set up, at pinch points, funnels, scrape lines, where I would normally set up without an attractant. That's where I want to start to hone in on, and then add the attractant, and you'll see the results from there. We hunt a lot of farmland like most people do, and just giving those deer grain or corn out of a bin is just giving them what they already have access to in their entire home area. By introducing an attractant like Monster Meal or adding it to what you're currently using, you're going to give that deer an option that's better than what's available in his home area. By giving that deer a better option, it's going to make that deer more visible and give you a better chance at getting a shot opportunity. We also hear the rumors about how big mature deer won't come to an attractant or they're too smart, and that's just not the case. Usually the problem is the attractant's in the wrong spot or it's a poor quality product. Take a look at the area you hunt, make your plan, add some Monster Meal, and the results will speak for themselves.
This week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment has been brought to you by Muddy Outdoors. Share your own muddy moment. This segment brought to you by AAE. Innovation and integrity is in our blood. Quality and dependability is in our products.
Cam's big gnarly old buck was on the scene, and Cam was just waiting for that broadside opportunity.
That's a pretty big deer. When he first came, Cam was unsure.
There was some debate.
Yeah, Cam was unsure if he was going to shoot him. Because that's the first time you got to be really good to cut him daylight. The night you seen him, it was pretty dark and you couldn't tell really. And the deer's got shorter tines than last year, but it looks like he's stacked all of them now. So
Yeah, he's very good.
he's a heavy, crazy cool deer.
Extra stickers.
Okay, when I got out of the blind, we had another look at the shot because it was a little bit far back, but the deer was quartered away pretty hard. So we looked at the shot again slow, and I don't think it's far back at all. It looked pretty much perfect. So we also looked where he went to the edge, and it looked like he fell over there. So we're gonna sneak over and take a peek. I don't think there's much concern.
I don't think so.
Right where we seen him go into the bush, and we were looking at the edge here to see where he stopped for blood, but don't really have to look for blood because he's right there. Oh yeah, that's right where he went down to, hey?
I filmed this deer last year in low light. Set up again this year, same spot. Filmed him first night I sat, but it was same thing, low light. Had Dean with me tonight, and we were just talking about him. And we look up and he's standing at the edge of the bush.
Broke one tine, eh?
Broke a tine off. Gnarly old buck.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's sure a gorgeous deer. Not much question about whether you guys should shoot that deer or not now, eh?
Not anymore.
Big, long, heavy beams. Nice old buck. Not even October yet.
No, what the heck?
What are you gonna do for the rest of the year? Well, I guess we'll get him out of here. I was gonna say the work starts, but we can back the truck up
yeah,
just
we can get
about
nice
to
and
him,
close.
so.
Better than last year.
Yeah, so.
Well, what a gnarly, awesome old buck. And how lucky was I to be able to be there to film and share in that moment. And congratulations, Cam, on yet another wall hanger. I can't wait until next year when we can show everybody the buck that we might have left out of this week's show. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Canadian Whitetail.
This segment has been brought to you by Wild Edge and the ultimate climbing system, the Step Ladder. Safely design your climb in any tree, anywhere, with the most versatile, lightweight, and compact climbing system, the Step Ladder. To book your own dream hunt in northern Saskatchewan, please contact us at Canadian Whitetail Outfitters. Canadian Whitetail has also been brought to you by these fine sponsors. For exclusive content, follow Dean and the team on Facebook, as well as on Instagram and Twitter at WhitetailDean. To view all past and present episodes of Canadian Whitetail, as well as new original content, visit us on our YouTube and Carbon TV channels. For Canadian Whitetail gear and apparel, visit CanadianWhitetailTV.com.
Audio